Suns. There.
And we're back again.
Back again.
A quick thing, if you're watching on the YouTube, follow us on that NBA podcast there.
If you're watching, you can listen to it all because we don't put all of it in videos. Then you go head over to Spotify, follow us there, and listen to the whole thing. Plug did he plug?
Let's go straight into our Certiest team. I could put £5 for which one I think you put down in it.
What, you think we got the same?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think you got a different one in it.
Okay, who have you got?
My Certiest team of the week, I had to give it to an Eastern Conference team.
Eastern Conference team.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, cool. Before you carry on, who did you think I had for £5?
I thought you had Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, I had Philadelphia 76ers. You owe me £5.
No way.
Yeah, I also had it. That's back to hey, spud through the camera. That's back to back. We both picked the best team of the week.
It might be for different reasons. So
yeah, go on, break it down your reasons first.
Obviously, they went 4-0, but I'm giving them an edge over Cleveland, who went undefeated last week. And I think Brooklyn went undefeated last week, but I'm giving Philly the edge because they stopped the Bulls' momentum. Chicago Bulls were everywhere on Instagram, on Bleacher Report.
Everywhere.
Oh, Lonzo's throwing it. I'm gonna sound like a straight hater
everywhere,
right now.
Everywhere.
Oh, Lonzo's throwing an alley-oop to Caruso. Oh, is that gonna be up?
Lonzo also nearly got punched in the face.
Yeah, he nearly got
knocked the hell out. Oh, he would have been laid. No, he literally would have been laid out on the floor. He wouldn't have survived that punch. He wouldn't have survived the punch. He would have been over.
Embiid would have been suspended, true?
No, you know what it would have been? You can see it was an accident, and because it didn't happen, everyone knows it's an accident. But you know, if it did happen, it would have been. I probably would have gone for Clumsy's conspiracy that Embiid wanted to knock the hell out of Lonzo Ball.
But for me, the main reason was they went undefeated, and I just like the team, mainly because they played Chicago twice, but I like the team that they beat twice in order to get that 4-0 during the week.
Yeah, no,
Chicago had the most
well.
momentum, so that's what I had to give it to.
Yeah, I had that. I also had the fact that they actually won their first game without Embiid against Portland as well. Obviously, they don't have Ben Simmons. They didn't have Embiid. Danny Green and Tobias Harris also weren't playing. That's technically four. I would say four of the starters. They weren't playing. They still managed to beat Portland. Obviously, Portland. I say Portland are going through their thing. Damian Lillard's going through his thing. Anytime you talk about Portland, I'm only referring to Damian Lillard. Just to disclaim. But you know, I had Philadelphia as well. And the fact that obviously they're also playing well considering this whole Ben Simmons nonsense anyway. They can see that they haven't even let it get to their head. Yeah. Tobias Harris is still out as well. Tobias Harris was out for the whole week and they were still knocking. Like you said, the fact that they beat Chicago, who were just being overly gassed. Obviously, they're playing well, but they were overly gassed. It was nice to see them.
20 points on the bench, and they were the first team to properly beat Chicago. So I had to give it.
Yeah,
I had to give it to them.
I also wanted to just say shout out to Seth Curry. He's playing well. He's stepping up. I feel like he's slightly improved. Also, for the fact that they're actually on a 6-game winning streak. If you take the 2 games from week 2, obviously the 4 from this week, and for me as well, Embiid still ain't playing 100%.
He doesn't. And he looks like he's coming. He's looking towards the end of the last game. That's when he looks like he's coming into form. And he had a dagger at the end of it, a little free.
Yeah.
First of all, let me just one second. So your big man, 7'1", bro, to drop ice in the game on the right wing with a 3-point shot. That's crazy.
It's crazy. But yeah, for me, I think they got I know we already done our prediction video, but I think they got a good chance of winning the Eastern Conference. If they can sort out a situation. Obviously, I've been seeing rumors already about Simmons going to Boston for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And if Jaylen he's actually playing quite well this season. And I think, I know it sounds dumb, but Jason Tatum is actually letting him down because the Celtics are getting bad press. And Jaylen Brown's actually having a good season. If he goes to Philly, dangerous. I'm telling you, dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And Philly, for me, will win that trade.
Yeah, 100% more. Jaylen Brown goes in,
Yeah. Anyway, move on. Deadest team of the week. Who have you got for your deadest team of the week?
So different on this one. I won't leave this one to any conspiracies. This team went 0-3.
Oh, okay.
I had to, bro. It hurt a lot, bro. But I had to pick my Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, you picked your own team?
Yeah, I had to pick my own team, bro.
That. Round of applause for realizing.
Thank you. Because I was gonna say I could have possibly picked Detroit. I could have possibly picked Houston.
It's expected though, isn't it?
They were expected.
It's expected. Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. Minnesota Timberwolves weren't expected to be great.
Yeah, you expected them to be great.
I expected them to be great, 100%. But I don't know. I just don't like they lost to the Clippers twice and they lost to Orlando. And quick one, bro. Remember, did I talk in the off-season preview?
Yeah. I hope you booked that. Have you booked it?
I'm so scared.
Wait. Have you booked it? Have you booked it in?
No, yeah, bro.
You better book it in. So basically, Professor, in our off-season preview, if you haven't watched that and you want to check out our historic NBA knowledge, obviously if you listen to this you have to head over to the YouTube. We got a 30 video playlist. We did an off-season, we previewed every team, and then the Orlando Magic preview, I think he said if they finish above 14th seed or something that you're gonna get an Orlando Magic tattoo, and Cole Anthony must have watched that and he just said cool, facts. You see that interview he did? Facts. That's all I'm gonna say. Facts.
He said hold that L, bro. Like Cole Anthony's looking dangerous.
He's looking dangerous. Facts.
Dangerous. Early season, but he's looking good.
But okay.
But so anyway, like back to the team. I had to give it to them because I believe out of all of those teams that went an alpha last week, they have the most talent.
Yeah.
They got beaten twice by a struggling Clippers team initially, who looks to be coming on strong. At the end of the day, they weren't looking great. Before they played the Timberwolves.
But the thing is, OKC got beaten by that Clippers team as well.
Clippers, I think
we could have won that game. I would say OKC lost that game in the fourth quarter where PG woke up and went on a mad team.
They're on a little roll, but yeah, Timberwolves. That's because of the confidence.
Yeah, because they just ran through your team
twice, and then that loss to Orlando was pretty. That's a game that I felt like we had control of, and we just let it slip away. And I don't know, they got Karl Anthony Towns, one of the better centers in the NBA, and he's not even involved that much in the offense. He probably takes like the third most shots on that team. He should be shooting all the time.
Who's running your team then?
The person who's shooting the most is Anthony Edwards at the moment, which is like that's not.
But he's getting his points though. He's not flopping.
Not as efficient as like towards the end of last year, but yeah, I don't want to ramble on because of
it. Sounds like your home team check-in, isn't it?
Yeah, we got home team check-in later, but I had to give it to the deadest team, to the Timberwolves.
Okay, you'll be 100%. Pleased to hear that I didn't pick your team for the deadest team of the week.
God bless you.
The team I had to give the deadest team of the week to, this actually hurt me a little bit because this is a team that I like to watch because it's an Eastern Conference team that starts at a time where I can always watch a little bit of their games.
God.
I had to pick the Charlotte Hornets, man. I had to because
the league pass team of the NBA.
The league pass team of the NBA, I had to pick them as my deadest team of the week. They lost all their games this week as well. They went they're on a 4-game losing streak.
Wasn't an easy schedule though.
It's a schedule that you could at least got one winning out of it, if not two. They played against Cleveland. Obviously, they're having a good season so far. They played against Golden State and Clippers, and they played against Sacramento. First of all, in their game against Cleveland, they gave up a 40-point first quarter to Cleveland. Cleveland had 40 points in the first quarter. That's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. Especially in the game now where there's not as many fouls being called. That's ridiculous. They got, for me, I wanted to ask you this as well. What do you count as a minimum for a blowout? Is it 20?
Ooh, blowouts are weird, you know.
Is it 20?
Because I say if I see the game at the end and it's 15 points at the end, I would say it was a blowout.
So 15 is your minimum.
Time. Normally they catch up during garbage time. So if I see 15 at the end, 15 plus, it's a blowout.
Okay, so you're saying 15.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was saying 20 was a blowout, but I weren't sure because against the Clippers they lost by 14, and I was like, he's kind of still a blowout. So it's borderline. They got blown out by Golden State 22, and they got blown out by Sacramento by 30. Like obviously, so far this season, Sacramento have looked much better than. I don't know, much better than we expected. I don't know. We kind of thought they were going to be alright, so I wouldn't even say better than we expected. But like
Sacramento's always been an ebbs and flows.
Yeah, like they're doing alright. They've had their game. Obviously, Harrison Barnes had his game winner last week, and that. But yeah, 30 points though. Any NBA team that loses to another NBA team by 30 points, something's gone wrong. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think what's happened to Charlotte is that I think that they've basically been baited, because I think I remember saying this in the off-season preview about Charlotte, that Charlotte is such an offensive team that the way they beat people is by just scoring more than their opponent as opposed to stopping them. And I think teams have identified how to defend against them. Because they started the season 5-1.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Yeah, I think their lack of defensive players been baited. They've been locked down on offense, And I think they need stronger big men as well.
Don't worry, we're going to talk in my educated guess.
But yeah, deadest team of the week, Charlotte Hornets for me, which is sad.